Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Brad Lee is dropping
What it is, Brad Lee, back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I got a real treat for you because this dude's funny. He's a freaking comedian, kinda, but not really.
Somewhat.
Commentator, more an internet personality.
Sure.
You guys can find him at Take Naps on Instagram, BobbySauce.com, because his real name's Bobby Sausalito. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be here.
And you flew a long time.
4.5 hours.
You want to get up on that mic like it's a dick. Now, see, why'd you pull it forward?
I don't know what that's
See,
like.
you should have went backwards.
You zapped me. I got to get out of here. This is starting off bad.
But, dude, you want to get up in there so you sound like Barry White. You want to get as close to it as you can.
All right, then.
All right, then. Now, dude, I follow you on social media. You're a pretty funny dude. You're talking mostly about all the stupidity that's going on nowadays.
Yes, that's right.
Is that how it started? Like, how'd you get into all this personality biz, this influencer space?
I invested in a spec house with my folks about 2 years ago, and I just decided to document the process because I don't know anything about construction. There was a porta potty in the empty lot next to my house where we were building the house. So one day I went out there. I was like, yo, if anybody needs to take a shit in this porta potty, there's a porta potty. Here's the address. Come take a shit. Just kind of joked about it. A bunch of people messaged me like, you got to do more of these. So every day while the house was getting built, I would go over there and be like, yo, we got a fucking tube, a stick, a log, a rod. And I did that for about 10 and a half months until the house was built. And then I kind of ran out of material. And what I was always doing anyways is I was paying attention to political shit. And one day I was like, this is so insane. So I would just yell about AOC and like different political figures into my phone, primarily people of the left and how ridiculous they were. And one day in August, the video just kind of blew up. I had 1,600 followers. It got 60,000 views overnight. And I was like, I got to make a video every day until the election at least. And I've just been doing that. And now I've got over 40-something thousand between my channels, and the sky's the limit.
Well, dude, now the Bomb Squad's listening to you, so you'll probably double that, hopefully.
Triple. Hopefully.
I hope I have more influence than a pickle.
Yeah.
You know, folks, if you guys like funny shit, you know, and you want to support dropping bombs, just go follow the dude just to say you did. You can unfollow him right afterwards, but I want him to see the influence, the impact that the motherfucking Bomb Squad wields.
Yeah.
Like, what if you went from 40 to like 160 and then fucking woke up the next day and you were back down to 40?
That'd be kind of cool to see.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I wonder if I had that kind of influence. I know hundreds of thousands of people listen.
Yeah.
And it's even more than that, like total download votes and whatnot. But like on a consistent basis, dude, only a couple 100,000 people listen an episode. I get a couple 100,000 downloads an episode.
That's amazing.
Well, maybe it's a month. I don't know. Maybe I average 50,000 an episode. I don't know because it's hard to fucking tell. Do you have a podcast?
No.
Well, dude, you need one.
I know.
Why don't you just talk shit all day long?
You know, I figured that you would ask that question. The reason for it is because I just don't want to take my focus off of my primary operation.
What's your primary operation?
Making really funny videos every day.
What are you talking about?
It's not about, because it's about prioritizing my time right now because this is fairly new.
Are you rich?
No.
Well, then fucking your primary operation is making funny videos?
It got me here, dog.
So you don't make money any other way?
I make money in internet investments. I'm a web developer. All of my internet investments make money every month. The videos have started to make money, and people have been supported by buying merch.
So you're you're kind of you make money from your past career.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you write code?
I build websites. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much writing code as like I used WordPress, which is a content management system. So I'm writing code sort of, but I do know how to read and write code. Yeah,
but you don't do that anymore. You just straight up all day long make fucking videos.
I understand the macro output of this and how big it could get. So yeah, I don't even do that now because I know that this will supplant that income times 1,000. What it would ever have done.
Where'd you grow up?
Southbury, Connecticut.
Southbury.
Yeah.
What kind of family?
Great family, amazing family. My parents been together 35 years, love them to death, amazing. Older brother, and just had a wonderful childhood.
Just two of you?
Hit the jackpot, yeah. was a beautiful.
And you went to school in Connecticut?
Went to school in Connecticut, Connecticut it up, yeah.
Do you have a bunch of like family you'd go to holidays too?
Yeah, big family parties, Italian family, yeah, all that stuff. It was like it was pretty much like as good of a childhood as you could expect.
It seems like you're one of them fucking dudes that back in school everybody wanted to be friends with. Oh, Bobby Sausalito.
I mean, I did the best that I could to do that. I think one of the advantages I had growing up is that I lived in the same town my entire life, so I knew everybody all the way through. I played sports, played football in high school.
Are you married?
No.
No, single?
Yeah.
Looking for the love?
Yeah.
Ladies, or is it dudes? Ladies or dudes?
It's ladies.
You can't make assumptions these days.
That's right.
You know, ladies, he's single, dude. I mean, he's single, ma'am. If you guys are watching on the video, freaking, you know, if you like him, shoot him a DM at Take Naps.
Yeah, there you go.
He's looking for a lady.
Oh my God.
Aren't you?
Sure. Who's not?
Do you live in South Florida?
Yeah.
See, folks, there's a lot of people listen to me in South Florida.
Hey,
hit him up. Tell him Bomb Squad. Say this is a Bomb Squad listener.
Yeah.
I heard you're looking.
Yeah.
Just make sure you prepare before you guys meet.
Sure.
And take full responsibility.
Yeah.
If he turns out to be an internet rapist, do not blame Dropping Bombs Podcast.
It's highly probable.
Full disclaimer.
Okay.
You guys are all adults.
Yep.
Dude, so when I watch it, I kind of think to myself, like, he's kind of got that Bobcat Goldthwait feel a little bit. Not that extreme, but you still have that little almost, you remember Bobcat?
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't know Bobcat Goldthwait, he was the guy that would always be like, but you don't do it that much, but you have a little Bobcat. Is there any influence there?
I mean, I love comedy. I listen to stand-up comedy and podcasts of comedy all the time, so I would say for sure, but I never really thought of that direct connection, but I certainly have listened to a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, but you don't do what you're doing here. See, here's Bobby Sausalito.
Yeah.
I think online you're Take Naps.
Yeah, I'm yelling.
I told someone before you got here, I said, dude, like, if this guy comes in here, I'm just wondering if he's going to walk in and be like, yeah, I'm here for the podcast. I can't believe it.
I should have done that. That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, this has to be like almost a shtick. Like, it's like when you go out on stage, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Like Stephen Wright when he's like, that's his shtick.
Yeah.
Every comedian has a shtick.
Sure.
Who is your favorite comedian?
I would say like Dave Chappelle, but one of my favorite comedians right now is Mark Normand, guy from New York, like relatively unknown, I guess.
Bill Burr?
He has hundreds of thousands of followers. Yeah, I like Bill Burr a lot. I just really like Mark Normand right now for whatever reason.
Mark Normand?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of him.
Maybe that's why I say
Dude, you
him.
must be a
He's that
comedian connoisseur.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just really like the guy. He's just funny as shit. I like listen to his stuff all the time.
And then you just said maybe that's why I said it. You like being different. You like taking the road less traveled, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
So you don't have Crocs then because they're so popular.
No Crocs. I don't have a single pair of Crocs.
Everybody went Crocs.
Yeah.
I would have guessed if the founder of Crocs or whoever did Crocs would have come to me as a influencer, business coach, mentor,
Certainly.
and said, Brad, I got this idea. I'm gonna make these rubber clogs with holes in them.
Yeah.
You think I should?
Yeah.
I would have said, fuck no.
You probably would have invested in that, I think.
Oh, dude, the Croc. I've never seen anyone in Crocs. Sean Whalen, you know Sean Whalen?
Yeah.
Like badass fucking lions, not sheep. And then his favorite shoes are Crocs. Dude, good for him that he's that comfortable. I'd never wear a fucking pair of Crocs. I'd go bare. No, I wouldn't. I'd wear Crocs if I didn't have shoes.
Yeah.
But dude, I definitely wouldn't have thought that would have became a $1 billion organization.
Agreed.
I am not one to give good advice because I would have told Crocs to shit can the idea.
I think it's a chef thing. I think it's like a kitchen worker type of thing because they're soft, they're like open, they're like shit bounces off them. You could drop a meatball on it, and you could clean them real quick. I guess I don't know. I saw a lot of chefs and cooks wearing them. I guess that's the demo. I guess, but that's what you need. You need soft. I don't know.
It's a comfy shoe in the kitchen.
Yeah, comfy kitchen shoe.
Now, I could sit here and talk funny shit, but dude, I want to talk what you really are talking about mostly, which is politics.
Yeah.
Right? The economy.
Really?
Shit that's going on. Real shit, but keeping it funny.
I think what I like to talk about is being free. And I think that those just happen to be the ingredients necessary in order to be free. You have to understand how all of these things work. And I just make light of them because they're so ridiculous. But really my interest in my life and just in general, being a thought leader, if I could be that, would be just the pursuit of freedom.
Yeah. Well, why couldn't you be that?
I am, but I'm building up to more of it.
I see.
I'm just trying to grow the influence.
I see.
Yeah. So we're going to run.
Would you consider me an influencer?
Yeah, why not?
See, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Although I am.
Yeah.
And I got an email this morning from someone who was on the podcast, and apparently you may have heard the episode. I know you spot checked it before getting on it.
Yeah.
You know, listened to a few.
Yeah.
But I did one with this guy who was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the government sent him into this base, made him stay there and clean up fucking hazardous shit to where now they're all dying with cancer. Yeah. So they were so thankful that I would do the podcast. They said all the big shows would not talk about it. Yeah. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Maybe I'm too new at this shit. Like, am I going to get fucking, thumbed out? Is a black helicopter going to get me? Why wouldn't I talk about it? So I got an email. No, he called me this morning and said, dude, an email wouldn't do it. A text wouldn't do it. I had to call you personally. My shit that he wanted to get signed, which is why he did the show, is on the president's desk. And even if Trump doesn't sign it before he leaves, Biden will too. So because of your show, the Trump's signing my shit. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking pretty powerful, but legendary. I don't think it's my show. He said, no, it's your show, bro. He said, so many people reached out. They donated to my cause. They fucking, they picked up the phone. They called people. And dropping bombs is the reason my shit, our petition or whatever it was he was signing, is on the president's desk. And I'm like, fucking dude, that's cool. And he goes, dude, you're a true influencer. And I thought that was the first time this morning I thought, yeah, I guess I kind of am.
Yeah.
But not intentionally. You're trying to intentionally do it. What's the purpose?
Well, I mean, I think that you are too. I mean, what's the...
No, I'm not.
Then what are you doing this for? Just for shits?
I'm trying to get knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it and entertain people. And,
that's what I'm doing.
And because I realize that the more attention that I get...
Yes, certainly.
...will turn into money.
Correct.
It's called Dealflow. I got people that listen to the show that come and do business with Lightspeed.
Yep.
I got people that listen to the show that didn't know they were going to do business with me in any way, but what we were talking about made them realize, shit, he's into that or he does this.
Yep.
They reach out. Next thing you know, you got a deal going, 7-figure deal. I call it Dealflow.
Yes.
So I do it for Dealflow too.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I didn't say, hey, I'm going to try and get all these followers so I can do this. But there's a lot of people that do that. That is a business.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's to me what an influencer is. Like an influencer uses their influence to make people do things, buy things, like certain things. To me, big influencers, like a real influencer, Jamie Foxx. A real fucking influencer, Will Smith.
Sure.
A real influencer, fucking, big names. So when people say you're an influencer, Brad, I'm like, fuck, that's stupid. I'm not an influencer.
This is just semantics, though.
Yeah, it turns out I am.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
And by the way, everybody
really
listening, that's right.
That's right.
You're an influencer of your kids. You're an influencer of your family. You're an influencer of your employees or your team or your brother or your sister. Dude, everybody's an influencer.
Agreed.
The question is how much influence do you have?
Probably more than most people expect or understand.
Yeah, well, I think people should wake up to that.
Correct.
And what better way to build relationships, in my opinion, than humor?
Yes.
Have you always been a funny guy or no?
I always thought that I was pretty funny, but I didn't think that I was like everybody funny. I didn't think that this many people would think I was funny. I thought I was funny, but I thought I was funny like situational, observational humor, like around people.
Yeah, and the other day I saw you go live and you were selling fucking cat pics. You were making T-shirts on the fly for people or something.
Yeah. I was doing that. I do that.
I popped in there and I'm like, let's hear what old dude's got to say. And you were literally like fucking saying, okay, what do you want on a T-shirt? And then people were like big comments and you were like, were you making them?
Yeah.
Why, you got a T-shirt shop or something?
No, I do drop shipping and you... No, I have a graphic design program. I know how to do graphic design. So I just use literally like the same template and I just change the words. So people tell me what they want it to say. I send it out to the drop shipper. I don't see the product. I don't touch the product. I don't ship the product. And once I place the order, it gets fulfilled.
Now, is that Bobby Sauce?
BobbySauce.com. That's
Is that where your merch is?
That's where the merch is, yeah.
So, folks, if you guys want some funny-ass merch, go to Bobby Sauce. You want me to give you a couple ideas? Because I imagine Bobby Sauce, whatever the fuck you can think up.
Basically.
I always wanted. I just did a T-shirt called, and all on it says "No Queso."
Okay.
Why no queso?
Because it's extra?
I just think it's fucking funny.
All right, cool.
And not only that, it was because a guy kept coming in and he was trying to suggest the way I do things. Like, hey, Brad, when you start off your podcast, like I'm supposed to do this in the start of the podcast. What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, we have a real treat for you. But before we get to that, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like if you like what you're listening to, smash the subscribe button when you're done, and make sure you run on over there to the Instagram channel and give me a follow there. And now, back to the show. Bobby Sausalito comes in from South Florida. He's out of Connecticut, I think. Southbury, no?
Yeah, that's right.
Southbury, Connecticut. Wow. Bobby Sausalito's in the house.
High energy.
Now, to me, that's cheese.
Yeah, it sucks, yeah.
It's not. I don't do cheese. And I kept telling him, dude, no fucking cheese. Like, quit writing this shit, dude.
Yeah, it's garb.
And by the way,
hot garb.
No longer with us. Why? Because no fucking cheese.
Yeah.
And so I kept saying no cheese, no cheese. And someone said, dude, that's a fucking killer t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I made one.
I
got 2 shirts that say no queso. If anybody wants to buy one, $199. There'll never be another one again.
Yeah.
Unless Bobby Sausalito wants to make one.
Yeah.
So if you guys want no queso t-shirts, hit him up, dude.
Yeah.
You can have that.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, just remember, put Bomb Squad or Brad Lee somewhere on it so everybody knows that's a Brad Lee commemorative.
Yeah.
What if that becomes your best-selling product? No queso.
That would be sweet.
It means no cheese. You do things better than everybody else. You do things real. You do things authentically. No fucking cheese. Now, when it's funny, because when I walked out of my bedroom, when I threw it on, my 7-year-old daughter goes, no queso? And I said, yeah. And she goes, you like cheese? Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So
the next one?
You've produced this item?
I got 2 of them at home. They're both XLs, though.
How many,
I forgot
how
to
many
mention.
units?
I got 2 units.
No, 2 units.
They're for me. They weren't for sale.
Ah.
I just wanted them so I could walk around, and when people want to tell me what to say and do, boom, no queso, bro.
Yeah.
Now, another one.
Yeah.
I have a crooked boner.
Uh-huh.
I dare you to make a T-shirt that says, I have a crooked boner. Only confident, funny dudes will wear that shirt.
Sure.
Because, dude, you know how many dudes probably do have a crooked boner?
I'm not aware. Personally not aware.
Listen, they do.
I bet.
Listen, I was, growing up in a town called Cottage Grove, Oregon. Well, when I grew up, dude, we had to take showers in the motherfucking locker rooms before or after PE and after swimming, or before and after swimming.
So you saw all the dicks.
I saw all the dicks.
All the dicks.
Yeah, there was a dude named Mike Big Dick Slay,
Perfect.
That fucking guy, he got hair before everybody else. He had this huge monster one.
Yeah.
But then there was old freaking, I won't even name him, but old Hook Dick, we called him.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw a crooked boner. But what makes it funny is a T-shirt that says, I have a crooked boner.
Yeah.
I dare you to fucking make that T-shirt.
All right.
Now, Dropping Bombs is predicated on the Bomb Squad. That's my audience.
Yes.
I would ask if anyone in the audience, listening audience, wants a funny shirt, and you will show that you are 100% confident, you wear a shirt that says, I have a crooked boner.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your funniest shirt? What's your biggest seller?
Well, actually, interesting enough, the biggest seller is the masks. I sell face masks that say lots of sayings on them, and my number one seller is a face mask that says "Freedom Muzzle." That is the number one.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the number one selling item.
Dude, that's what you should go get. Fuck the crooked boner T-shirt.
Yeah.
Go get a Freedom Muzzle.
That's right.
And by the way, we have
Face
a female version of a crooked boner. That one says, I have sand in my clam.
Face diaper.
Face diaper.
That's the second.
Pull that back up. Face diaper. Guys, go check out bobbysauce.com for some funny gear. Is it all merch?
Yeah.
You don't have any courses or mentoring or anything. You're just fucking making funny shit, making killer content.
That's right.
Building your brand.
Yep.
And giving people merch that I think is just popping off based on, pop culture.
Yeah.
Shit's going to change. Pretty soon you won't be wearing masks.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
And
what do you think? What do you think's going on with this COVID shit?
I think it's real. Like you've said before, I think that it's real, but I think that they're just exploiting the shit out of it to just take control and destroy small businesses across America.
Why though? Who? Who's they? Why would a governor want to destroy a small business?
they would be the same. Well, I don't know that it's.
Isn't it the governor doing it?
I don't know that it's an individual person, but I know that I would imagine that it's a combination of a variety of different people of varying degrees of influence.
Mm-hmm.
So the exact same people that you would say, like, why would I not talk about this on this podcast? The reason that you would not talk about it, those people would be kind of like the ones pulling the strings to some degree.
Well, in your mind, what is it for? What's the purpose?
I wish that I knew for sure. I don't know. I would say just to exercise control, to usher in socialism, I would assume, and make America more socialist, a socialist nation.
Usher in socialism.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think that's really what it is. It's for socialism.
Do you?
Yeah.
So who wants that?
AOC, the radical left, a lot of what I call referred to as Big Blue. A lot of the Democrats, they kind of just want, and like not all Democrats believe this way, but just people that are super far left, as Ben Shapiro refers to them as like leftists, for example, they just want reliance on the state to manage private business, reliance on the state to dictate who wins and loses, and just basically the state being in control of a variety of different things, like every aspect of your life. Like, we can help you, we can do it, give the state more power, and as the state becomes more power, the people that control the state in turn have more power. So it's not those governors, it's those governors being like, well, I want to be the president one day, I'm going to fall in line. So it's like everybody's just trying to up their game, and in politics, at least as far as I can understand it, they're trying to move up just like we are in business, except with them, you get anointed. Whereas in business, the people anoint you. In politics, you get anointed by someone up top, unless you're a Donnie Ball game, in which case you just slide in the back door and then they want to destroy you. And that's kind of what's so special about Ball Game.
Is Ball Game Trump?
Yeah. you know who it is.
Do you not say that so it doesn't get suppressed?
No, well, it's when I grew up, I grew up in the Northeast, we always used to have nicknames and whatnot for each other. So originally it was just another way of referring to him. So I'm not like Donald J. Trump all the time. And now it's kind of like a thing to slide by, and also it's just kind of
You got a T-shirt that says Ball Game 2020.
Dog, come on.
Did you?
Yeah, I got Donnie Ball Game baseball shirts. Got 45 on the back. I got Donnie Ball Game hats. The whole shit. Yeah.
Dude, what else you got?
I got
dresses.
dresses.
You damn near want me to go to your store right now and look it up.
I got dresses. I got women's dresses, hoodies, T-shirts, tank tops, Christmas ornaments.
Just whatever.
Pajamas.
Just whatever pops in your head.
Basically, yeah. And a lot of it has been kind of like crowdsourced. I do the live streams. I'm just like, what do you guys want? What sayings do you want on which shirts and whatnot? And I use the responses from the people, the feedback, to dictate which products get created at what time. I made a bunch on my own, but the crowd has been telling me what to do, and it's been working. So I've just been listening. I've been listening to a lot of the social cues.
Well, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a smart way to do it.
Yep.
You hope people want what you want them to have, but if you're really smart, you just ask them what they want and fill that void.
Especially now that you have the ability to do it, like someone like a Damon John or somebody that was in fashion back in the day. It's like you got to go to the store, hang it on the shelf, and see if people buy it. Now I can just pop it on social for 20 minutes, and I'll know whether people like it or not. You can do the same thing with content. It's just like the feedback loop is so short that you like. It's accessible. The communication tools that we have now are more advanced than any communication tool that's ever existed in the history of mankind.
You're connected to damn near everybody right now.
Exactly. The entire planet. Like, I do a live stream. Someone's like, I'm in New Zealand. I'm in Kentucky. I'm in Ireland. I'm like, this is fucking nuts. Like, this is the most significant moment in the history of time to be using video, which is kind of like the pinnacle of all media.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm doing this, because I understand the macro influence that comes from this, and I understand where it will take me. So even though this particular investment of time may not make me a ton of money right now, it can go far, far beyond any other me building websites could ever do. That's hand-to-hand combat. That's one-by-one. That's not global explosion.
So let's say there's somebody listening to the old episode and they're like, fuck this guy, dude. I'm just as funny as this clown.
Do it.
I want to do it.
Do it. I tell people.
Well, let's tell them. Let's tell them how to. What'd you do?
Turn the camera on yourself and keep making shit.
Boom.
Turn
the camera on.
That's it. Face
Turn
it
the
at yourself.
camera on. And then what?
I would just say that
What do I talk about?
whatever is on your mind, whatever you're passionate about. I mean, that's the whole thing. There's not a secret to it. I used to think when I first started getting into business, I was like, there has to be this grand plan. It has to be perfect. It has to be, I know exactly what it's going to be, and I'm going to follow this path. What really worked for me and what has worked the best has been just doing the thing that I loved to do anyways, that I was enjoying anyways, that I just cared about anyways. I was paying attention to politics before I started yelling in my phone about it. And I thought it was ridiculous and wanted to vent it just because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't think that it would become a career, at least not as quickly as it did. So I just was like, fuck, this is fucking insane. Like, this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. And that's the thing that's worked the best. Thanks.
So number one, and by the way, the fact that you're monetizing it, you can't like take away the fact that you're doing it, which means you're smart enough to monetize it. A lot of dudes, they got followers, they don't know how to monetize it. So let's walk through it. You turn on your camera.
Yep.
You say whatever the fuck you're passionate about, ideally.
That's right.
You know, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then number two.
Do more of it and respond to what.
Well, you got to post it.
Yeah, well, of course.
But I know, was there any tricks when you post it? Like post it to certain times and like you post it.
All that sucks. That's all.
You don't have to edit it?
No. I mean, I edited in the this is what I do. It is literally.
You got light editing because you got at take naps always in the middle.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly how you do that. This is what I do every day. I made a blank Instagram account, and I used the fact that you shoot an Instagram video in 15-second clips, so it's like a jump cut. Kind of forces you to make the sentence kind of like hit. It's like, all right, I got 15 seconds. So I just made a fake Instagram account and had it send all of it down to my phone and save each story. So I would make a 15-second story, watch it, go to the next one, 15-second story, watch it, and at the end I have all these little 15-second clips. I downloaded an Android app called InShot. You can buy the professional version that gets rid of the logo. I think it's like $5. And you can literally just select all the clips and merge them into one clip. There's a little button that says text. I write take naps, and that's it. I save it down, and then I just post it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Parler. That's it. It's very simple.
That's it. Which one's your shit hitting on most? Because a lot of those have different kind of feels.
That's right. I have the largest following on Instagram, and I get, I would say, the most volume of views there, but very recently, my Facebook videos just took off. My biggest videos ever have been on Facebook, interestingly enough. Yeah.
Well, Facebook's kind of the granddaddy.
Yeah. I think, like, I was listening to this other podcast where you were talking with a guy about this, and it's like there's different demographics.
How many views?
The biggest video that I have on Facebook specifically, I think, is 165,000.
Well, listen to this, dude.
I had 12,000 followers, and I got 165,000 views.
Well, that's because more than just your followers. But
correct, shares.
But I posted a video one time where basically I'm telling a story about a pickup line.
I remember you talking about that.
It was just an original pickup line because I'm crafty that way.
Yeah.
My game was sick, dude, when I was fucking in the game. And basically I was just telling the story, and dude, so many fucking idiots started fucking hating, and like I'm like, whatever. I'm wondering, should I even bring this down? I'm like, fuck, this is not worth the fucking hate. Then I had to remember, who cares what other people think? They don't even know me. Whatever.
That's right.
And not only that, a lot of people were also saying, oh, this is fucking funny. This is fucking classic. Some people were defending me because they knew me, and some people weren't. But you know, at the end of the day, I thought I'm gonna delete this. But I left it up.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe a month ago, for some reason I see it. It's got over 2 million fucking views. Now, I didn't monetize it. That don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
Because
you could.
I didn't even know it had that many views. No one said, hey, I saw your fucking... Nothing happened.
Yeah.
But there's over 2 million views on that bitch, dude.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And it's mainly because... And so many comments, because everybody wanted to fight over whether it was offensive or not offensive, and you know, whether I'm a dick and a fucking womanizer or I'm just a fucking guy telling a story, because people were defending me that I didn't even know, because they're like, what are you fucking saying? He's just telling a story for when he was 18 or whatever the hell. Yeah. I think I was like 28, maybe. No, maybe I don't even know how old I was. Anyway, if you listen to it, it doesn't make me a scumbag, but everybody, probably the leftists, were saying I was a scumbag.
Of course, it had to be them.
Yeah, because like the guy, she said she had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I said, he's not invited. You know, I was joking.
Yeah.
And then when she left, I turned around, or she was getting ready to leave. I turned around, and my fucking sales team was watching me, and everybody knows I'm a fucking world's best closer.
Yeah.
So they're ribbing me because I didn't get her number. I got shot down.
Yeah.
And dude, like I always brag, hang around, dude. I get them all. So I turned back around to give it one more shot. So I roll over and I just said, look, what'd you have for dinner last night? She said, pasta. I said, what'd you have the night before? She said, chicken. I said, why didn't you have pasta? She said, why would I eat pasta every night? I said, exactly.
Yeah.
Call me when you're tired of pasta. Now, is that rude?
No,
like, it was, to me,
not.
it's like clever as fuck. Like, dude, if someone told me that story, I'd be like, dude, that was a good one.
Yeah, I agree.
I got so much hate, 2 million views, all negative. It seems. Go look at it.
Right.
I don't even know how to find it.
Okay.
But What's the purpose of the views?
What do you mean?
It hasn't got me anything.
You
See,
don't
you're
know that. You don't
you're
know that.
smart enough to monetize it. You got fucking stores. They're buying dresses. They're buying T-shirts. Like, you're making money. You created a fucking income off it. I got 2 million views. I'm waiting to get punched in the fucking airport because some dude saw that and thinks I'm an asshole.
Well, you don't know what value that has created beyond just the views themselves.
Well,
Like, one view could be Oprah. You don't know. You don't really know what the value of a single view is.
not only that, dude, I could have saved a life.
That's right. You could have. And the thing is that there's nothing stopping you from monetizing it. Go on Facebook, click on the thing, check the box next to the video and click include ads. It's not like you could do it right now. You turn it on right now. Make money right now.
Well, maybe afterwards you'll help me do that.
Maybe I will.
Because again, I don't monetize that shit.
Well,
now
that's your choice.
I throw things up to YouTube. Dude, I had Rashid Buttar in here one time.
Yep.
I get like 1.8 million views on his shit.
Yeah.
And then they deleted it.
Yep.
But that 1.8 million views, they sent me like a $10,000 fucking check.
That's fine.
And I'm like, well, that's when I realized, like, dude, I got to take this YouTube channel seriously. I have
Correct.
like 97,000 subscribers.
Yep.
20,000 came from that video.
That's amazing.
Another 15,000 came from me talking to David Rodriguez about the whole thing, the COVID and the child rape. But we started talking about alcoholism and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the evil cabal shit.
Yes, correct.
And then there was one more. A guy came in, talked about a secret base where the government sent people in knowing full well they're going to get fucking cancer, and now they're all getting cancer and dying. And the government won't put it on the VSA list and cover it, or the DAV list. And so I'm like, well, why not? And he's like, I don't know. And so, turns out this petition just allows people to get paid for being there.
Yep.
So anyway, that one got me like 12,000. It's still all day long getting me 12,000. And that's when it dawned on me. I'm like, dude, I could freaking turn this YouTube channel into a network.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
It's-
That's what anyone can do.
Yeah.
If people are listening, dude, all he's doing is taking action, and we're not.
That's right. Well, I mean,
You're taking naps.
taking naps. Ton of naps. Yeah, that's
It's
right.
funny. At take naps. That's
Take-
even funny. Why
Yeah.
take naps?
I like, I've been buying and selling domain names for a really long time. And I liked buying domain names that were like action words, not just things, not like baseball team, like hit a baseball or something like that, like an action word. So I figured I would make my Instagram handle something that had to do with an action. And like naps are luxurious. I was like, I like naps. I love naps. Take naps. And it just happened to be available. And I was like, take naps. That's short, succinct, and it's 2 syllables.
Memorable.
2 syllables.
Take naps.
And like in the domain name world, and really kind of with any naming and memory, is like short is better, memorable is better. And it's unique.
Okay, now listen.
Yeah.
Dude, you ever seen The Jerk?
I don't know.
You've never seen the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin? You ain't a fucking comedian, bro.
I know. I got to get it together.
How old are you?
33.
Come on, dude.
Dude, got to get it together.
Listen, this guy had this fucking invention. Well, he's a goofball, and he does this invention to fix this guy's glasses. And the guy goes, hey, if I ever do anything with these, I'll send you your share. And he fucking turns out to be like, they sell billions and billions and billions. So this guy gets richer and shit. Steve Martin, he's a dumbass, but it's called The Jerk.
Wait, is that the one where he wears the glasses and they run across the highway? That one? Is that the same movie?
but he fixes them with this nose brace.
Oh, okay.
And then he gets sued at the end because the nose brace made everybody go cross-eyed. But it's funny. The whole thing's funny, and that's why I'm saying it. But now I ruined it because I figured you'd know The Jerk.
Yeah.
So I'll give you something, but if you turn it into something huge, then you got to give him a piece.
All right.
Now, what were you saying right before? Because I lost what I was going to give you, but it's gold. It's pure gold. What was it?
I don't know.
Take now. Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
So, dude, you said URLs, desirable URLs, are usually what right now? Short,
sweet, memorable.
sweet, memorable.
Yeah.
I think that's changing.
It might be.
It will be.
Sure.
It is.
I mean, okay. So
It's coming.
To what?
You want to be someone reacting before it happens or after?
Definitely after.
No, before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, take advantage.
No way.
Now, here's my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All them fucking short ones are taken.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
All the dictionary words.
Long
English.
ones aren't.
Yeah.
Because the other day, dude, I bought get that motherfucker on the phone.com. And I got here's what you get.com. I'm building a business off that one.
Okay.
I bought I've probably got 300.
Okay.
And they're not short and memorable because fucking they're gone. I'm thinking, fucking taken. So I started thinking of phrases. longer phrases that people can remember and spell. Because short is nice, but they're gone. Okay, the long phrases are not gone, and those long phrases are more memorable and can stand on the back of a marketing plan far greater than your little short URL. Like fucking, lsvtr.com. No, that's not as good as fucking, get that motherfucker on the phone.com. Are you trying to get past gatekeepers? Want to learn how to do this? Go to getthatfuckeronthephone.com.
I agree. And I agree to some degree, yes.
So when you start searching, because I know you're like me, you're just searching them up on occasion. If they're available, you'll buy it, won't you?
I used to buy a ton of names, and I probably have over 100 and whatever now. But what I realized over time is that a lot of it's not really necessary.
Why? It's digital real estate.
I'm aware of that, probably more than most people.
I had a guy call and buy one of mine for $10,000. I bought it for fucking whatever the shit chump change is.
And that happens randomly, yes.
If you got just a random bunch of names.
I've had 650 at one point, and I've probably sold $30,000 or $40,000 worth of them over the years.
Then it was worth it, no?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely up on it. But the thing is that if you're not gonna, you don't need many URLs to build a business for yourself.
True.
And it's kind of difficult to run multiple businesses.
Well, what if the business was selling URLs?
If the business was selling URLs, then certainly yes.
Because to me, that's digital real estate.
It is digital real estate, yes, but
if I owned right now Bobby Has Jokes,
Yeah.
and you were a big comedian, you said, dude, I need that website.
yeah,
How much would you pay me?
I probably wouldn't. Because I already own Bobby Sauce and I already own Bobby Sausalito, and if it was enough, if I could justify a way that it wasn't worth it, then I wouldn't need to buy it. And you really can only sell it to somebody that tells jokes and isn't named Bobby. So
Right.
You're kind of, it's like,
But I wouldn't buy Bobby Has Jokes. I'm using that as an example that
I know.
when someone really wants your, like right now, lsvt.com. I'll buy lsvt.com. If you go there, it's one of those stupid
yes, for sale page.
link things. Like
Yes.
it doesn't do anything. And I even put in there, I'll give you $1,000.
Yep.
No answer. I said, I'll give you $5,000. No answer. I'm like, fuck, I ain't paying more than that. I already own lightspeedvt.com.
Exactly. But that's the point. I used to think that I was going to become a multimillionaire by investing in domain names. And the reality is that many people have, but you had to invest very, very early, and you had to invest very aggressively in short englishwords.com. But now most queries, as far as I can understand, go to search engines first. Even if you go to Google Chrome, even if I'm looking up Lightspeed VT, I'm not just going to guess that it's .com. I'm going to go Google Lightspeed VT, and that's what I'm going to do. Whatever it is. It could be Lightspeed's the hottest shit on earth.net, and I don't care. I'm going to click it. So I think that the pathway there is no longer what you're saying about you just typing in a long.com. I just don't know that that's the case anymore. And I think that instead of having get that motherfucker on the phone, that has value in the sense that it's memorable. But if you had a shorter phrase that was also memorable, that maybe was a made up word, you could do really well with that as well. And if it was 5 letters, for example, like I own the domain name crisp.com.
What about phone numbers?
You could buy a phone number.
Like 1-800-CASH for cars.
Yeah, the thing about Cash for Cars is when you most inquiries now, and where I would imagine it would be in the future, are going to be mobile, and most keyboards naturally on a mobile are letters first. So if you're going to go cash for cars, you got to go cash, switch to numbers, 4, switch back to letters. So that's 3 steps instead of 1. So I would consider that to be in.
Why are you automatically inserting the number 4? Why can't it be cash 4? F-O-R?
If it is, well, because we were talking about numbers.
We were?
Yeah.
No, phone numbers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess I thought you meant 4, like the number 4.
Well, I did, but
Yeah.
I'm just.
You tried to pull back on.
No, I'm trying to make sure the listeners get all the angles.
I would say that.
I'll pull it back on it, bro. I'm just saying, like when I'm listening as a listener too.
Yeah.
Like, what if why can't it be F-O-R?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I think
That would be more website.
I would think short and memorable is more important than long and memorable, and I think that. And I think
girls may not agree.
And I think that I think that and I think that like it's easy to spell is key, especially. I mean, here's the thing though. Again, it's like really all of these things are relatively inconsequential if the content, if what's there is of a high caliber and of value. It could be the hardest to spell word ever. If you got good meat there, people will find it.
Okay, so I post some shit. I took out my camera. I started saying what I believe. I threw it in InShot. I threw up my tagline. I post it somewhere. Where do I post it?
Post it wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you want to play the most. I like Instagram the most. I spend the most time on Instagram. I consume the most media on Instagram, so I post it there.
Step 3.
Step 3 is respond to social cues. respond to what's happening. Respond to the videos that get the most comments. Respond to the videos that get the most likes and shares, especially ones that get sent and shared up to people's story. That's been kind of the secret sauce to my success, has been people sharing it to their story. And the other thing that I didn't realize at first is that when people share something, really what they're trying to say is, this is what I wish that I said, or this is how I wish I could say it.
Or I agree with what this person's saying.
But it's like as if it's coming from my mouth. So for example, like use rap music, for example. People like listening to rap music because it's like, yo, bitches and hoes and sweet ass cars and I got all the girls and I got all the money and I'm the best in the world. And it's like, they're not going to go outwardly and say that. But if they rap it with the song, it's like, this is me saying it. Now look how cool this guy is. That's me. I'm the one saying it. So when they share it, they're just saying, this is what I wish that I could say. This is how I wish I could say it. It's funny. It's thought provoking. This is me. It's my voice. So when they share something, they're essentially saying, this is what I would say. So if it's succinct in a way that all of it lines up with something that they would be interested in sharing, it has more shareability. Okay. Or more spreadability, whatever. Because somebody is more willing to co-sign it if they
virality.
Agree. Yeah, if everybody agrees with what it's the message.
Okay. Then what?
I would just say that believing that it can go somewhere greater than where it is now and being consistent with it, just not stopping. I think
having faith,
not stopping would be more of it. Like never stop ever. And like my dad put it good to me one time. He's like, you have a relentless quench for more. And like, I always want to get better. I always want to do more. I always like am unsatisfied with the current state. I want to get to the next level always. So if I make a piece of content and people are like, this is the best one you've ever made, I'm like, I got to make the better one tomorrow and a better one tomorrow and a better one tomorrow. And I never stop. And where it takes me.
And when you say
matter.
These people are saying it, so if you
people,
get
messages and comments on that.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, you're not getting thousands of them. You're getting a few people going, dude, that's funnier than fuck. And you're going, hey, people are saying this. One person's saying it. How do you know? How do you know the other fucking 100,000 didn't hate it?
I don't. Well, I mean,
in other words, why are you listening to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 comments in your DM?
You're just assuming that it's 4 comments.
How many is it?
Most of my videos get between 100 and 500 comments.
And they're all saying this is the best one ever?
On Instagram. They're not all saying that, but a lot of them are saying that, yeah. I would say like 5% of the comments, or maybe 10 or 15 people. But that's not it. I'm not searching for someone to say this is the best one ever. I'm trying to make it the best one ever. I want it to be better than every other one before.
Well, not to mention, I was chiming in on what you said earlier. You pick up on the social cues. Doesn't have to be everybody saying it. You have to pick up on the cues. The cues are, hey, a couple people fucking made a comment, man. This one abnormally, a lot of people are saying awesome.
Right.
Pay attention to those cues.
Exactly.
And then what? Make more shit like you made? Start fine-tuning it and be like, okay, make more of this kind of video?
Well,
like for example, a lot of people mentioned on my one about AOC, make more about AOC.
Yeah. I think that it's about making it different and better is always the name of the game. It's like it has to be better than what you've put out before, and it has to be slightly different. It has to be improvement. It has to be an improvement. I mean, because really nothing is going to work consistently forever. That's never going to be the case with anything that you do. Even in business, even your sales strategy. It's like the way that you sold 5 years ago is probably different than the way you sold five minutes ago. And 5 months from now, you're probably going to sell a little bit differently as well. So if you're not making that constant improvement, same with the content. It's like it gets stale. So it's always about that reinventing yourself with every passing day, with every piece of content that you put out. Like, how can I make this better? It has to be better.
What about engagement? What about when like people make comments? Do you spend all that time commenting back? And
you know what's interesting about this is that I literally read every single DM that I get, and I get probably like 300 to 400 a day. I read almost every single comment on every single video on every single platform every single day, and because I'm trying to get a feel for what the audience is saying, because I know that they are the key to the success. I'm looking at how many shares, I'm looking at the insights, I'm looking at the data to support my initial beliefs. Because, it's like the only true barometer of success is like sales, like what is actually working. So I just look at the numbers and I try to follow that as my guide, while not letting it stray me away from what I would want to do creatively anyways. If I think it's going to be fun and interesting and that's what I want to do, I'm going to do it. But I do pay attention a lot to the numbers and what's working.
That's just something.
Yeah.
And then you allow the audience to dictate what you do.
Yeah, like for example, 2 days ago I posted a video where I was trying to kind of like skirt the censors in a way, because like you can't, because like YouTube, for example, came out and said any video that talks about the selection being kind of goosed, we're gonna remove that content. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, this is a piece of this is what's happening right now, and here's my thing. So I would be like, in yesterday's selection of cheese, like stuff like that, and people kind of picked up on the cues, and they all thought, hey, this is the best one you ever did. So yesterday I made another one that used this kind of secret code language, and people really like that, and like maybe I'll do another one. But as soon as like that's the type of stuff is like when people respond, it usually surprises me. Like I didn't know that would be the best one ever, and so I really respond to the cues, and that has been kind of crucial to the growth, because like the customer is the customer, and you kind of have to give them what they want. Not that I'm doing anything that I wouldn't do anyways, but they kind of lead me to the path of success, down the path of the least resistance.
Yeah, but see, that's smart. See, no one had to teach you that. You're kind of just, knowing to do it
through ridiculous amounts of failure. I mean, I've done so many different business ventures in the last 14 years, I couldn't even tell you, and all of them have only really like one of them has been really successful, but they've all been successful in the sense that I've learned something. I mean, that seems to be a common thread with people on here talking about that. Like I learned through every failure that I had. Now it's like all those mistakes that I made, now I won't make them for this one. And I'm sure there'll be a roadblock sooner or later, and I'll find my way around it. But the difference is, what I think success is like, first of all, being free, focusing on your main thing, but not being worried about the failure. Like I will never stop. Like I will never stop doing this. I will never stop fighting for more and better, and to leave some indelible mark on humanity, as it were.
Do you think have you seen any suppression for talking about certain things?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So instead of not talk about those things, you've decided to talk about those things in code.
Well,
like if I wanted to talk about Ovid A or Ovid K,
yeah. So
Usday Igpe Atenlay Irkway.
No, I'm not. I can't think that fast.
Have you tried that?
People have said that in the comments in the last couple of days. They're like talking pig Latin. I don't know.
I wonder if the algorithms know Pig Latin.
I would say that probably not, but it's.
You think any human beings watch it and say, "Oh, fucking slick bitch"? I know what you're inferring.
Oh, if a human being watched it, I mean, it's not like I'm being super tactical. Like it's kind of a joke, but not like I'm not really being cryptic. If I really wanted to be cryptic, I would put a secret key somewhere on, put a secret key on, on some app that makes it disappear, and I'd be like, follow the key. I don't know, but I'm saying things that you could figure out. Like I called Trump Dennis Jambalaya Ballpark the other day. And,
I think I just swallowed a COVID particle.
Yeah, I think so. So it's like, it's not crazy like that, but like it's kind of a joke, but at the same time. But as far as the suppression is concerned,
it's real.
Yes, it very much is real. And here's the thing. It's the most horrific things that you could imagine. Those are the things that get suppressed. And there could be any number of reasons as to why. But what I've kind of figured out in my brief time is that like I can be expunged very easily. I don't have that level of influence that people are going to go searching for me in mass. Some people will, but are they going to like really seek me out? So what I know is like, I follow like the Jay-Z quote, like you can't help the poor if you're one of them. So I'm just like, I got to build it up so that I can get to a level of influence that I really am a thought leader that is needed, required, that people are addicted to for guidance in some way or shape or form, or entertainment, whatever. But it's only when I can be like, in theory, indestructible that I could really go into those much, much bigger problems. Right now, I have to play where I can play, because at the end of the day, I'm building on their platforms.
That's true. You
Yeah.
can't help the poor if you're one of them.
Yep.
That's
right.
true.
That's right.
I mean, again, if somebody wanted to argue, that's not true.
Well,
You can help them. It doesn't take money to help people.
right.
Fuck you. We're talking about helping them. We're not talking about fucking giving them a warm blanket.
That's right.
Giving them half your sandwich. Now you're both fucking hungry.
Yeah.
We're talking about helping them. You can't fucking help them if you're poor.
That's right. I want to help. I want to make. I believe that I could lead to a mega level, and I think that we have to believe that, right? If you want to be a leader, if you think you have an alpha personality, if you think that you have the capacity to get there, you have to think that way. So it's like, I want to make a mega impact, which I feel that you probably do as well. So it's like, Okay. Well, I heard you talk about that you would consider being the president one day, and
Yeah.
Well, and that's mega impact. That's lifetime impact. That's indelible mark till the end of time impact. We're talking about Thomas Jefferson today. That's
Make history.
That's legendary shit. That's iconic. That's the type of stuff that we aspire to. And I think that there's only a few select people that want that or think that they're capable of that or whatever. But if you have that, you got to just think that way. You have to think like I could be the greatest that ever lived at something, and I'm going to relentlessly pursue that, because if I don't, then a quote that I love is like, don't let the music die on your lips. I'm not going to go out knowing that I had something left to give and I didn't give it because I was afraid. So I'm just going to go as mega as possible. Could I help solve world hunger? Maybe. Why not? Why the fuck not? Why could I not? I have every advantage ever given to any person in the history of time.
Especially you.
I'm white. I'm born in America. I speak English. I'm a handsome motherfucker. I'm 6 feet tall. Like, I got a good head on my shoulders. I got jokes. Like, I'm here. I'm 33.
Are you 6 feet? You look shorter than that.
Yeah, I'm 5'6". I'm destroying it. I have every advantage you could ever have.
Are you 6 feet tall?
Yeah. You want to measure?
I'm going to fucking check because I'm 6'1", so you better be right down near me.
Yeah, I am.
You seem short, though.
Ah, thanks so much. It's funny. I wore my Crocs today. That must be why.
All right.
But anyways, the point is that I think that is the ultimate goal. It's the
That's
ultimate
belief
challenge.
right here.
Yeah.
You guys are listening to pure, unadulterated belief. Did your parents instill that in you?
I think that they didn't teach me what to think. They taught me how to think. They let me go in the exact way that I needed to. They didn't tell me where to go. They were just like, you're capable of doing great things. So I would say yes, that they instilled that in me, but it's been through a lot of introspective thought, a lot of self-belief, a lot of self-confidence, and a lot of like literally just thinking. I spend a lot of time thinking, and I think that has been crucial to the success.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
No, nobody does think time, and I always recommend, dude, just take time to think. And when they're like, "What do I think about?" Think about what to think about.
Strategy.
Like think where's your problems? How do I get around that? Just think. Write down what you're thinking. That's why I got this remarkable. You have one of these?
No.
Dude, I just got this. It's my favorite fucking thing ever.
That's awesome. A lot of people learn differently, and writing down to a lot of people is that. But for me, it's just like the things that matter, the things that are really, really important, I remember them just on their own. And I spend a lot of time in introspective thought, like just sitting and staring at the ocean and being like, what's my next move? And that's something that I think my dad taught me a lot, is like he never filled the space with conversation that was inconsequential. It was always, what did you do this week? What are you doing next week? How are you getting better? What's our next move? How are we going to get more cash? How are we going to make another investment? What's next? That was always the conversation. And that mentality sticks with me every day. All I think about is like, how am I going to get bigger, better, smarter, faster, stronger? That's all I ever think about. It's just like, how do I improve? Because if I'm gonna get there, if I'm gonna make that mega impact that I think I have the capacity to, that I know I have the capacity to, that's the mindset that I have to have forever.
So how does someone get that mindset?
On their own, the same way that somebody quits alcohol, you have to want it. You're the only person that can do anything. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and it's just like, if I had people around me that encouraged me, then this and that. It's like, that's a bullshit excuse. It is all internal. You have to be able to generate and produce and procure all of this belief all on your own entirely. You don't need a mentor. You don't need a book. You don't need a podcast. You don't need anything. It needs to be self-contained. All that you could ever need is inside yourself already.
That's right.
You already have it. And that belief didn't come from anything other than me just realizing that, like, one thing that I did when I was 19 years old, I went on a camping trip with my buddies, and I brought my kayaks, and I was like, I'm gonna eat mushrooms, I'm gonna wake up before the sun, and I'm gonna kayak to the center of the lake, and I'm gonna trip out, and I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with my entire life. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna come back to the shore until I figure it out. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I ate the mushrooms, I kayaked out to the center of the lake, I slept on the kayak, I went out to this little rock, I sang a song, tripping on mushrooms, singing the song. I'm like, I'm sitting on a rock in the center, I'm yelling on this thing, and I just thought to myself, like, I am God. We are God. All of us are God. We are divine, and we can do anything and all things that we could ever want to do ever. It's like, if I was dead and if I was a spirit and I was like, this is the life that I want so that I can do the greatest thing ever in the history of time, I would pick this body right now, these parents, this family, this location, this mindset, this everything, all this stuff, that's what I would have picked. So maybe I did. So it's just like, this could be this divine moment. And I believe that, like, I am God, you are God, we are all God collectively, and we have this divinity that is beyond anything that we could ever anticipate or understand. And as soon as we believe that, then all things are malleable and we are in control of everything. And it's like, so why am I going to think that I can't be the president, that I can't be the greatest to ever do it? That's what I'm going to believe. And I would love for someone to prove me wrong, because they can't, because it doesn't matter what anyone says, because I got it all in here, because I am divine and so are you.
The way I say it, doesn't matter who says you can't, as long as you're not that person.
Right.
Because if you think you can't, then you can't. You're fucked.
My dad said, be careful what you say, because you are listening.
I like that.
Yeah,
be
it's
careful
fire.
what you say, because you are listening.
That's right.
Your dad gets a bomb by proxy.
Yeah.
That's right on, man. See, you're a deep thinker, dude.
Yeah.
You're not just a funny dude. You're a deep thinker.
Yes.
Now, folks, if you guys are saying, man, this guy's fucking awesome, go to @TakeNaps on IG. You can also find him at BobbySauce.com. That's his merch store, really. It's not really him.
It's me.
BobbySausalito.com. That's SAUSALITO. And obviously, you can Google him, find him on Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have a book yet, do you?
Not yet.
You're going to have one, though, aren't you?
Oh, for sure.
You do drop content on the reg.
On the reg.
How many posts? Oh, I didn't finish this. Let me finish this before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
So you said right here, okay, you make more and more content. You read all the comments. You engage in all the comments, and you pay attention to these social cues. And then what? How do you monetize it?
Well, on YouTube, for example, you can monetize once you've had 4,000 collective hours watched in the last 6 months, I believe.
4,000?
I believe it's 4,000. It says right on YouTube monetization, go to the tab, and I'm sure it'll change, but you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 6
Turn
months.
on ads.
Something like that. And you can literally just turn ads on your YouTube videos. On Facebook, you need 10,000 followers on Facebook, and then you can turn on monetization there. Your videos have to be more than 3 minutes long, and you can monetize any video on Facebook as well. They have guidelines and things like that. I do believe that Instagram will monetize their platform eventually. I do believe that there will be monetization there. So like that will come down the pipe. And then I understand that, just like you said, it's about creating deal flow. The more people that know you, the more money that you'll make. So it's not only about money, even though everything obviously always has to be, but it's like, I just know that the more people know who I am, the more people enjoy the content, the more people love it, the opportunities will create themselves just on their own. And right now, that monetization just happens to be a predictable path to self-sustaining, being free, and then I believe that all the other things will come as a result of me just hitting where I hit.
Yeah, well, ads is what you told me.
Yep, and merch. Like, people were beating my door down for merch, and I've made clothing lines a variety of times in my life, as I think most entrepreneurs kind of do, especially creative ones. And they do like a couple $1,000 and then they fail, and you have to hold inventory, and it's this challenging thing. But drop shipping and being alive in 2020 allowed you to avoid that. So people were beating my door down for it. I put it out, and like I've probably done close to $25,000 of merch in 60 days or 70 days, which has been awesome. And what I realize is that people are not buying the merch. They're buying the idea. They're buying me. They're buying the support. They're buying being part of something that they believe is giving them value. The shirt just happens to be a representation of that support. It's not even about the shirt.
One more. Are you selling tickets to any live events?
I haven't. My account had 1,600 followers on August 19th, and it's got like 27,000 probably as of today. So there hasn't been an opportunity to do that, but I know that will come eventually. But I always thought that I would end up doing speaking of some kind, public speaking or comedy, whatever it is. I've done speaking about web development and things like that. I've spoken at a few conferences, but I'm totally open to that. It will happen. The book, all that stuff, movie, TV, whatever, all of those things I think will happen. I just have to just keep hitting while I'm hitting and growing and doing the best I can, and all those opportunities will present themselves.
Folks, @TakeNaps on Instagram, BobbySauce.com. Dude, I appreciate you flying out here.
Of course.
I know you came out here to maybe spend a couple days in the old V-Town. Do you come out very often?
Not that often. I was here for another podcast a couple months ago, but it's about opportunity. I seize the opportunities when it's there. So I would have walked here if I had to.
Well, guys, do me a favor. Share this out so everybody can hear it, and anyone that's listening to it, do me a favor. Go at least Follow him at Take Naps. Tell him Bomb Squad's where you heard him from so he knows that we got some influence, we got some power, we got some strength. And then go to BobbySauce.com, buy some of his merch and shit so you can fuel this dude to get bigger and bigger because, man, we need to hear more of it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate the attention of the people that are listening, and thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure, man. We'll have you back next time you come to Vegas.
Perfect.
Till next time, kids, keep it real.
Dropping bombs with the real Brad Lea. Subscribe now.